and welcome to the Sports Roundtable. I'm Tom Lamont, your host. Week 10 of high school football is in the books. All four New Hanover County schools win on Friday night. And joining us right now is the New Hanover Wildcats, who were victorious over North Brunswick 55-0 over the Scorpions, and the Wildcats had a lot of offense. So today we've got two of the offensive players. Earlier in the year we brought two defensive players from New Hanover onto the Sports Roundtable, but joining us today, Wiz Vaughn, welcome to the show. Also Blake Walston, thank you guys for coming in today. Big wins, 55-0. It was a big offensive night for the Wildcats. Let's talk to Wiz first. Wiz, let's look at your stats. Wow, you know, in the first 10 games, 415 yards rushing, 10 TDs rushing. On the receiving side, 58 receptions, 1,077 total yards with 12 TDs.
Yes,
offensively, you've had a great year.
Yes, sir. It just started earlier in the spring. We know what everybody just contributing and working hard, so it's just the hard work is just paying off now.
Offensively, from the running standpoint, you've had a great year. Are you more in tune when you're on the field to be a receiver or a running back? What do you like most?
I actually like receiving the ball more, but I don't know. I mean, whatever Coach Rayner calls, it's just whatever I do. So whichever way he put the ball in my hands, I'm just going to make a play. Absolutely.
Well, you have a pretty good quarterback to throw you the football, and right now joining us is Blake Walston. And Blake, looking at your stats in 10 games, 159 completions out of 268 attempts, 2,788 total yards passing. Congratulations so far. What's been the key for you this year?
Just keeping my composure in the games when things doesn't go right. I mean, I know when I throw it to Wiz, he's going to score and give me a couple yards. So.
And you got a good offensive line to protect you. It looks like
Yes,
you've had a good, solid front line up there for you as well.
Yes, sir. I trust them a lot, and I get on them in practice, so they know what it's up in the games.
Very good. Well, let's take a look at the highlights from your win against North Brunswick 55-0. We're going to take a look at the Wildcats and what you were able to do against the Scorpions.
We had a great tackle by our defense on this play, and it was a huge loss. So.
Good pursuit there. Lots of Wildcats in the backfield.
So even knocked his helmet off. This play, I threw a bubble screen to Wiz. Like I said earlier, you know he's going to score and make big plays out of it. So.
That was your first touchdown?
Yes, sir. And then here's our defense again. Nice interception by Francis. Nice little snag.
Good job there. And of course, the key to that was the pursuit by your defensive players.
Yes, sir.
Pressuring that quarterback.
Gave us good field position. And then this time right here in the pocket was unreal. I looked at everybody. And then nice touchdown to Jalen Gore. He had 2 that night. Linebacker, about to make a play on this, Grant Daly. Nas Brown, also having another big night. They're animals.
They were in the backfield by the time he actually got the handoff. They were already right there in position.
Yes, sir.
The next play is slant route to Jalen, which he runs very well. He's getting better and better as the season progresses.
You guys got a number of targets.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
The next play is, I think this is the punt return by Freddie for a touchdown. When you see it, Nas picked up the main block in this play, which freed him up to score.
Nice
That block right here.
Right there. Oh,
Yep.
right there.
Yep. Another good block. Touchdown.
A lot of success from your special teams this year.
This play here is by a junior who wasn't really playing that much in the beginning of the season, but getting a little chance now that one of our corners got injured. Came up with a big play here. interception. A couple yards after. Nice little juke right there. Next play is by Freddie, who had a good senior night. Long touchdown pass from Blake. They connect on a lot of long balls this year. Wide open. Yep.
Another touchdown for the Wildcats, and it was a special night. It was senior night, so
Yes,
you
sir.
guys had a chance to celebrate with the seniors, and you're having, again, a successful season, 10-0 and undefeated in the conference. So it had to be a special night for you guys.
Yes,
So
sir.
it was.
Let's talk about this team defensively. This was your 4th straight shutout. What has it been about the defense this year that's been so solid for the Wildcats? Either one. Go ahead.
Actually, I think it starts with our linebackers. You know, we got 3 good linebackers, and they just set the tone for the defense. So they come out strong, then the whole defense will come out strong. So we got a really good defense, you know, just getting better and better every week.
Obviously, 55 points. Offensively, had a great night in all realms in terms of running, passing. You just dominated during this football game. But now it's to the final regular season game. You're
Yes,
10-0. The Hoggard Vikings are 10-0. What does this mean, and how are you preparing yourselves for this game Friday night? Both of you.
I'm ready. We're gonna practice hard all week, do what we need to do in practice, watch film, and go out there on Friday night and hopefully come out victorious.
Yes, sir. Yeah, just practice hard, you know, continue doing what we've been doing in practice, and just get better and better with the small stuff, like plays, film, just the small stuff to get us better and get us prepared for this game.
Well, guys, thanks so much. Wiz Vaughn for coming in, Blake Walston for coming in. Offensive leaders for the New Hanover Wildcats. They were victorious 55-0 against North Brunswick. They take on the Hoggard Vikings in a battle of undefeated teams this Friday night. We'll be back with more of the Sports Roundtable right after this. And welcome back once again to the Sports Roundtable. I'm Tom Lamont, your host. We begin our discussions of the second Friday night football game with New Hanover County Schools, and it was the Hoggard Vikings defeating the South Brunswick team 41-3. And filling in for Craig Underwood, the coach of the Vikings, are 2 of his players, and quarterback Josh Jones, welcome to the program, and linebacker Christian Holler is joining us as well with the Vikings. And guys, you're 10-0, 6-0 in the conference. Offensively, Josh, you've had a great year offensively. You got a lot of really great offensive targets and receivers. It's been a good year offensively for your team. Tell us about it.
You know, it all starts in practice. We all play for each other. You know, it starts with the offensive line. They do a great job run blocking, give me a nice pocket to set up in, and that gives me time to throw the ball to our receivers and make plays.
Very good. Christian, you are, of course, a linebacker. Your team has done a great job defensively for the Vikings. And what's been the key to defense this year?
I think senior leadership from each of the position groups. Our younger guys go and follow the role model that our senior leaders are setting for the team. So,
obviously, this is another nice win for you guys going into a week where you'll be taking on the New Hanover Wildcats. But let's take a look at your win against South Brunswick, 41-3. Let's look at the highlights now for the Vikings.
So that was Cameron Kite right there making a nice tackle for defense, getting a lot of yards. John Bennett right here, picking up a good amount of yardage right there, good offensive blocking.
Got the running game going early.
Yeah, definitely. Great protection right here with John Bennett in the offensive line, and then C.J. Pipkin getting open downfield and good yards after catch.
A fumble pickup by Reese Moulton. I think he's going to turn this one into a touchdown, scoring points on the defense.
Good job again by the defense taking advantage of a mistake, putting points on the board for the Vikings.
Right.
Sir. Big play here by Cameron Kite, shutting down the option.
Chris Tootle right here gets open and gets a good route, catches the ball, and gets great yards after catch. Tough guy to bring down. So. CJ Pipkin right here again with a good route. He makes a guy miss, actually makes a couple guys miss, and gets it down inside the 5. Great pickup right there.
Do a lot of that on his own.
Yeah.
Big play in the backfield, just the D-line getting through, shooting through gaps.
This is Trey Hauser running a little jet. A nice block by CJ and Chris blocking downfield. Trey using his speed to get to the outside and get a great pickup.
I believe that's Mackenzie Frazier on a sack. Drove him back, the O-line couldn't hold him.
Yeah, good pursuit by the defense for the Vikings, putting pressure on the quarterback.
This is just a nice little block by Evan Manning right there, setting it up, and Chris kind of getting in the way, making it easy for me. So. Great protection right here again. Trey Hauser getting over top of the defense, going and getting a deep ball and for 6.
Receivers wide open on several of those passing plays.
Yeah, they're a talented group of guys.
Well, 41-3, victorious for the Vikings. And again, Josh, you had a great night, 14-21 passing, 196 yards and 3 TDs. Defensively, again, you got tough early. You had a 21-0 lead, and defense kind of set the standard for the night. In this game, defensively, what were you able to do?
I think it all started from our D-line. They were able to get through the shoot gaps and shoot through the offensive line pretty quickly to stop most of their plays in the backfield.
Offensively, Josh, again, you were able to throw, but you also have some really good running plays. Offensively, your offensive line, again, key in setting up the opportunity for the Vikings to be successful.
Yeah, it definitely all starts with them. John Bennett, he's stepped in great for us. He's made big plays when we needed him, and it was good to have Lloyd back. So.
Obviously, this was another great season for Hoggard. You guys are 10-0 and 6-0 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. You got a big game. Of course, you'll be at home against the Wildcats. The Wildcats, again, coming in 10-0, 6-0. This is going to be the battle for Wilmington. I don't think we've ever had 2 teams at this stage, both 10-0, going into the championship. What are you doing to prepare for this game Friday night?
We just got to come out and practice, focus. We got to have great focus, great leadership by our seniors all week, and do what we do. We just go out and play.
Very good, Josh. How about you, Christian, from the defensive side? New Hanover's got a lot of weapons. Blake Walston, outstanding quarterback. Wiz, obviously, is going to come into the game with not only receiving skills, but has had a great year rushing. So they have a lot of weapons. How are you going to prepare for them defensively?
Yes, sir. It's going to be another hard week of practice and continue the same things we've done all year.
Guys, congratulations on your season so far, 10-0. Just a tribute to the Vikings and your team. Again, Craig Underwood's 2 players with us today, Josh Jones and Christian Holler. Thank you so much for being with us. Congratulations on your win. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with more of the Sports Roundtable right after this. You are watching the Sports Roundtable. I'm Tom Lamont, your host. We continue our discussion on high school football, and the Laney Buccaneers had a big win at home, 33-27 over West Brunswick. And Ashad Yeoman, the head coach of the Buccaneers, is with us. Your team now 6-4, 4-2 in the Mid-Eastern, a chance to go to the playoffs. Coming up, a big game this week against Ashley. But congratulations, first of all, on a crazy game against West Brunswick. But the Bucks come out victorious.
Yes, sir. How about those Bucks, man? It was tough, and we knew that going in. We discussed it all week long about what we had to do and what we had to prepare for. And West Brunswick came out firing on all cylinders, and they went up 14-0 early in the first quarter. And our guys showed some resiliency and just fought fought, and came back for the victory. And it was some theatrics at the end that we could have done away with, but I'm just, again, proud of the resiliency that we showed and brought out the victory.
Coach, you got a lot of great highlights to show us now. Let's take a look at how the Bucks took care of West Brunswick 33-27.
So we, at this particular point, we were down 14-7, and then we started to get some things rolling on offense. We had an early turnover that ended up killing us, but as you can see, Jason Billingsley does a great job of trying to get us into that end zone, and some other things happened before that to help make sure that happened. We had to make some huge adjustments on defense. Again, some things that I hadn't done in, quite some time. It's been probably about 5 years since I ran this defense, but the kids, to have them come out there and execute exactly what we were trying to get done, I'm absolutely proud of those guys and how they, did on Friday night. And then again, we were down 14-6 at this point, and again, we were getting that ball to Jason Billingsley. Now on that drive right there, that was 3rd down, and this one right here, this play right here was 4th down. So again, 2 plays, to keep that drive going from Jason Billingsley and the effort from him, and then there's Sherrod Sidbury hooking up with Alfahim Walcott. He's a great athlete for us, and we're proud of the effort that he's been giving up to this point. And then we give it to Sidbury to put it in there. So now we're down 12-14, and we get an onside kick. I thought I had it on it, but I don't, and that's Micah Hairston. He's come on as of late, and he shrugs off the defender and goes in for the score. So we're up 18-14 now. So we got the kind of the momentum a little bit. They're trying to get some momentum before halftime, and there's Matt Scott coming up with a huge sack there, and then they go deep on Kenwan Watkins, and Kenwan is one of my best corners that I've got, and he comes up with a huge pick, just high pointing the ball, going and getting it over that the offender, and coming up with a huge play just before half, and we got the momentum going. And then there's a little counter play that they hadn't shown all game, but that was a great job by Bordeaux. So we had a couple penalties to end up, extending the drive, and they ended up going down and getting the ball. I want to say that's on the 2-yard line, I believe. And man, those guys on defense just really fought to keep those guys out. And then, that was a great play by my junior. They're coming up with a huge sack. And then, late in the game, they come up with some trick plays, and there's Saquad Yeoman coming up with a huge play there. And late in the game, that's 4th down. Again, Saquad Yeoman coming up with a huge play to get us off the field. They were stopping our offense in that second half, and we needed to get some things going, so we made some adjustments and come up with a huge run by Daquan Pridgeon, and then the jet sweep by Matthew Sims ends up setting us up for a huge score. And again, those guys, putting in that effort. Sherrod puts us up by 12 points at this particular point, so we're up by 10, so we weren't doing real well on the PAT field goal, so they were coming after it pretty hard. There's Reggie Smith, one of our seniors, coming up with a huge play. So now we're up by 12 and end up letting them back into the ball game. They go ahead for the go-ahead score, and then Kenwan comes up with a huge return, and there's Micah Hairston coming up with a huge catch for us. And they end up getting a penalty, and then there's Jason Billingsley capping it off. And then, again, some late theatrics where we had a pass interference call, giving them a 1st down, 2.9 seconds on the clock. A guy's come up with a huge play to knock that ball away to come up with the victory. So, man, it was one of those things where it's senior night, and like all the fireworks just kind of happened and made it exciting for the fans.
Yeah, big night, big win for Laney. And you mentioned senior night. This was the night to, again, honor your seniors. And what can you say about your seniors this year? And of course, they were a big factor in this one.
Absolutely. We've faced so much adversity, and, we just keep plugging along. We work well together. It's like one big family. And, we have our tough times at moments, but we always stay together. And that's what I love about these kids, is that just the fight and resiliency. And then you see a lot of the young kids, doing what they needed to send those seniors out with a victory at home. So I'm excited for the future and what we've done so far.
Well, Coach, you're in position now to possibly make the playoffs in the 4AA state playoffs, and you have one more hurdle to get over in terms of making that, and that's going on the road, crosstown rival
Yes,
in the
sir.
Ashley Screaming Eagles. And so this is a game that's going to be extremely important to your team. Obviously, they're coming off a big win this Friday night, so it should be a real battle over at Ashley. What are you doing to prepare for them this week?
Well, I expect a battle. I mean, every time we play those guys, they give us a time, and especially when they're at home. So I'm not expecting anything different. I don't think we need to prepare any different than what we already do, but I think we need a lot of focus at practice so that we're prepared for a tough battle between these guys, because I know they're going to give everything they got. And I know it's senior night for them, and they want to send their seniors out, with the victory. And obviously, we want to win the ball game as well. So it's just going to come down to execution. So we'll see how it all goes.
Again, congratulations, Ashad Yeoman, the head coach of the Laney Buccaneers, victorious this past Friday night, 33-27, as the Bucs defeat West Brunswick. They take on the Ashley Screaming Eagles this week. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll be back with more of the Sports Roundtable right after this. And welcome back once again to the Sports Roundtable. I'm Tom Lamont, your host, and joining us now is the head coach of the Ashley Screaming Eagles, Jeff Turner. Coach, congratulations, 22-20 over Topsail, a big win for the Screaming Eagles this Friday night. And again, came down to defense, and your defense did the job.
Yeah, defensively we played a good game. We had one lapse where we let a counter up for a touchdown. It was disappointing. But they hung in there. We had a special team they scored a touchdown on, so that was good. And offensively, I was really happy with them finally, getting some things going. They really controlled the game and moved the ball. But defensively, we're consistently doing some good things and making some good plays.
Well, Coach, let's take a look at the highlights from your win over Topsail, 22-20.
Okay. Yeah, Freddie Thames, again, very strong with his run. Just a great kid. I think offensively they came in, sort of with something to prove, because they have been taking a hit, not only from me but everyone else. Defensively, just consistently doing the same stuff. Little fake jet to Freddie heading up the gut. Did a good job with some misdirection, and Logan Black sort of hitting it up there now, and sort of comes into a sort of an option game. Logan Black sort of bootlegging out into the end zone here for 6 points, and just really happy with offense. They were challenged, and everyone's been challenging them, and only we know who we have and what we're dealing with, opposed to the outside. There's Logan Black again coming up. Logan had 3 touchdowns, did a great job this year. Actually got Player of the Week, was selected. Zach Williams coming right up there on jet sweep. Little power to try to get in the end zone, and Logan sort of gets in the end zone on that push right there. So it's a good job. Little toss for a 2-point conversion right here. Freddie just trying to get to the corner. It was a big 2 points. Our kicker was having a tough time that night. Grant Grenion, sort of great form tackle, head up, sort of shooting his hands. That's form tackle for those young kids who want to know about form tackling. Okay, this was the only bad snap they had in the game. Topsail, they're really well coached. They did a great job. I know Wayne, works them hard. They were healthy this game. They haven't been healthy all year, but they had their number 2 running back, who's a good kid, and so they came in. It was a really tough game. We did have a good sack right there, big sack right there. Did have 1 touchdown called back. Freddie had, and a reverse to Zach Williams again. And it's great to see some offensive highlights as well.
Good protection.
Logan Black, yeah, good protection. Sees a little daylight, and Logan, their head gets close to the pin on that one.
Yeah, Logan definitely had a big night.
Really big night. He's a senior, he's been sort of hurt throughout the week. He was hurting. He had a contusion to his thigh, but there was nothing keeping him out. Little toss to Freddie again, sort of hitting it up there. Sort of riding the sideline and trickling down the sideline there. Field was sort of muddy. Offensive line did a great job, I thought. You know, they sort of stepped up. Now we just try to be consistent.
Definitely some nice holes that they
Yeah.
used for your running game.
Right, and Topsail's a good team. They play hard, you know. Logan getting in again, but just playing hard. This is a big play. It was a bad snap, and Logan picks it up. Actually runs in and gets 2 points, and you know, with that touchdown being called back that we scored, and another one, that might have made the difference right there, because we held them to a 2-point conversion down there.
You turned what could have been a disaster into points for you.
Right, and that's sort of why we have him back there also. Great job here with containing, stretching it out defensively. And right here on toss, great pursuit. Those guys getting after it. Great contain right there by our corner. Excellent play by Elijah Solomon. I think this is the 2-point. I'm not sure if that is, but it was a big play if it was. A 2-point conversion to get them. They went for 2. And I believe this is the play that they called back. There's no hold that we saw on film, but they called this one back. That would have stretched it out pretty much and finished it. They brought it back and then even further back, which gave Topsail another shot coming down. So that's frustrating, but that's what happens, and they dealt with it. And went from there. This was a big play. Their last go, and he got a grounding, and this victory defense just sort of take it in. Kids were happy. After everything that we've been through, it's nice to have a little bit go our way. So we, you know, with some of the things, with a 3-0 overtime and no offense. So it's good to see them. Now we got to see if we can consistently do it this week. Got to challenge them and pick it up and see if we can grow from that.
Right, big win for you on the road. You come home now. It's going to be senior night. It's also another crosstown rival battle to end the regular season against Laney. Laney's on a win streak. You guys come in with some confidence now. Let's first of all talk about it being senior night for your seniors.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's going to be emotional because they're a great bunch of kids, and you know that, you know, being a parent and seeing them out there, you know, high school football is something that they'll always remember, no matter what level you play on, whether it's Division I or the NFL. Always remember high school football, and being that it's senior night, and especially the last game of the season, it'll be special. There'll be a little emotions going on there, and you know, I just hope that we can capitalize and turn that emotion into some good plays. And it's going to be tough because Laney's a very tough team.
Coach, congratulations on your win against Topsail, 22-20. Good luck against the Buccaneers this weekend, this Friday night.
Great.
You'll be home. And again, to all of our viewers here on the Sports Roundtable, first of all, thank you, Coach, for coming in.
Thank you.
But we want you to go out and support New Hanover County Schools. This Friday night's the best opportunity you've had all year long between the 2 games that you're going to have a chance to see. These Screaming Eagles will be hosting the Laney Buccaneers in a battle of crosstown rivals, and then the 10-0 teams that will be fighting over at Hoggard will be playing the Hoggard Vikings and the New Hanover Wildcats. So this is the opportunity. Go early, get a good seat. It's going to be great for high school football in Wilmington. Again, for the Sports Roundtable, I'm Tom Lamont. Thanks for watching.